I was raised to believe that there are certain subjects that you simply do not talk about. And those subjects are as follows: never talk about religion, never talk about money, and never talk about politics. And I'd add one more on top of that. I said, never talk about food. Because people can get real offended when you start talking about what the hell is on their plate and is going into that muncher, right? But the one I want to get into is the money talk right now, because this one seems to be the sort of conversation that, ruffles almost everybody's feathers because everybody feels some type of way about it. I don't care what you may believe, what you think about money. There is an emotional aspect of the relationship you have between you and money. That's just how it is. Life and money go hand in hand. Whatever, I don't know if you're trading goat for chickens or whatever it may be, but there is some sort of relationship that you have with the transaction of capital. Okay? Now, whether you feel good about it or you feel terrible about it, that's between you and the damn donkey that you rode in on. And so, that being said, I know that I am treading on real thin ice when I'm getting into this, but I made myself a promise that if I'm ever going to turn this camera on, I am going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and none but the truth. So help me God. So let's get into it. Most people, at least in the Western world, who have, let's say, certain opportunities afforded to them, etc., right? Most people who are struggling financially, who are broke, who are, just barely making ends meet, etc., are in that position because of the decisions that they made. Oh, here we go. I done already blew this damn thing up. We're not even 5 minutes in and I done already blew the whole thing. Oh, well, we're already here. Let's get into it. Yeah, my money problems are my fault. My money problems have to do with me. Now, I have made decisions in the past with my money that I did regret for a long time. I had to let it go in order for me to move forward, but I regretted for a long time. There were times when I was spending more money than I had to spend. I was living above my means. I was looking to genuinely impress people who did not give a damn about me. Actually, no, that I didn't give a damn about. Like, I'll be real about that. Maybe they kind of cared about me. I don't know. But there were people that I genuinely did not give a damn about that weren't even really a part of my life. For example, I might go out to dinner with, my girl at the time and her peoples. I'm meeting them for the first time. I'm paying the whole bill because I want to be impressive. I'll cover all of this. Foolishness. Oh, let's hit the restaurant after just getting the groceries. Oh yeah, let's do it again the next night. Just spent $200-300 in 2 nights, but you got groceries that are rotting in the fridge, right? I was never the person to buy the clothes. I never really cared about the brands, and I can get my H&M on. You understand me? I'm perfectly fine with getting my H&M on. I'm perfectly fine with, a Temu purchase so long as it lasts me long enough for me to use it. You understand me? I bought this right here at Wizzy Walmart. You understand me? This is a Wizzy Walmart purchase right here. I don't give a dizzy damn. You understand me? Fake jewels. Fake jewels. Now, at a certain point, I'm okay with real ones. You want to send me real ones, I'll do real ones. It's just that my money goes to different investments. I care about different things. But nevertheless, I found myself in a place where, I was blaming, obviously, as we're taught to, I was blaming everybody else for my money problems. I said the reason why I'm struggling financially is because we happen to live in a system, this capitalistic system, where it is unfair and there is this one pie and, it's divided amongst the people. So if the billionaire has more, I have less. That's how I genuinely saw the world, right? And I had to start to work with my money mentality. I had to work with my belief systems around money. It sounds woo-woo. It sounds maybe new agey, or maybe it sounds self-helpy, but this is just the God honest truth. Whatever you are believing about something, you are then going to act upon, and that's going to be the result. So there are people walking around saying, I just can't do it. It's too hard. Racism, sexism, this, that, and the third, right? Everything is stopping them from getting to the place they want to be financially. Yet I have read a multitude of stories now because I started to educate myself financially, which, again, if we're to all be honest with ourselves, most people are not researching money. They look more into drama. They know more about Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively than they know about their own bank accounts. This video likely may not be one of the top 80% of content. This might be in the bottom 20% of content when it comes to performance because it's a subject of fiscal responsibility. Who wants to be responsible for their money? Hands go down. Who wants more money? Hands go up. Who wants to do something different for the money? Few hands go down. Who wants to educate themselves on how money actually works? Damn near all the hands go down. Who wants to change their habits? Every hand is gone, right? That's the God honest truth about it. Our money is our own damn problem. Our financial life. Now, the government did this. You know, I was in Bidenomics. I know what it was like during Bidenomics. I understand that. The economy, yes, it was trash, but then I was already in a place where I was positioning myself to create my own economy. But you don't understand. There's people struggling. You're so insensitive. No, I love you enough to tell you the damn truth. We make so many excuses around these subjects and we keep ourselves stuck and nobody is helped. You're not getting nothing out of it. You're not getting nothing out of blaming the people in your life. If it wasn't for my ex-wife, my ex-husband, I would be in a better financial place. Guess what? I done left tens of thousands of dollars on the table in business opportunities because I did business with individuals I did not vet. So I could have gone the rest of my life saying, man, if only this dude had not done this and this, I would have had those tens of thousands. I would have invested that money. Now, at this point, I would be a millionaire. But yet there's a janitor who worked at minimum wage, sometimes below minimum wage his entire life, and retired at 65 as a millionaire because he was willing to not live above his means. He was willing to be disciplined with his money. The relationship we have with money is about, obviously, our worthiness. Do we believe that we are worthy, etc.? But there's also self-control. Sometimes we indulge just to indulge. F it. You have an F it moment, right? You're swiping that card. I need this vacation. You swiped your credit card for a $3,000-$4,000 vacation. You ain't got $200 in your savings account. How does that make? And this, again, I'm not trying to shame nobody. This is coming from a dude who was broker than broke, folks. I was broker than broke. This is the first time in my life where consecutively my money is going up, my savings are going up, my investments, my S&P 500 investment over a long term, 10% no matter what, religiously. Money comes in, 10% held. You are for my future. Oh, but I mean, them kicks are so fly. I need them now. Oh, but me and Bae, we could just, take a little trip to, oh, but we really need, no. I say to my girl, okay, what do we need in order to invest? What's going to make us more money? My girl is incredible when it comes to aesthetics. She just gets it. That's her world. She does this. You understand me? Whether it's this, whether it's fabrics and whether it's clothing. So she's flipping clothes. She's flipping the merch. She's flipping all of this is getting flipped. All this is getting sold. This go right back on the market. This is a real vintage piece, real vintage piece, real vintage piece. You understand me? So we're thinking, okay, how do we reinvest? How do we double down? How do we triple down? How do we put this money aside for the kids? How do we put this money aside for the, okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, bet. All right, we want to get to this place in a year. Instead of, well, I mean, I got 10 bands on me right now. Yeah, I think we should go to Costa Rica. Turks and cake. You only got 10K. You only got 20K to your, there is no Turks and Caicos. If you can't afford Turks and Caicos, and when I say afford, look, Warren Buffett is one of the wealthiest men, one of the greatest investors of all time. Started with literally nothing. It wasn't no Nepo baby, no none of that. He was a man who was just brilliant with numbers and loves numbers. The man is still in the same office he was in back in the 1950s or 60s or wherever the hell it was. The man is in the same office for decades, where he started with a little bit and now he's got a whole lot of it. The man still drives around in an old school, whatever the hell it is. And he says, I don't have the budget right now. Now, of course, he has the money, and some can say that's cheap and that's extra, that's whatever. I want to enjoy my life. Okay. Well, his enjoyment is doing what he loves to do. That's his enjoyment, right? Some people love to count numbers. He was the kid sitting on a stoop, counting how many cars went down the road and tracking all the cars and how many blue ones, how many red ones. That's just his gifting. When you have a tendency, nobody can judge that. I stopped judging. There's some people who like to clean. They love to clean. They love to scrub up. My auntie's like that. Like she is a cleaner. Like the house is always going to be spotless when she's around. Shout out to auntie. But, when you are somebody who is so fixated on proving something, on showing people that you made it. Like, I remember when I graduated high school, I chose not to go to university, college. I never wanted to go there. It was never for me. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to start a business. And so that was my pursuit. Took me a little bit to get my legs under me, but eventually I started my little digital marketing thing. And when I would look at my peers, I thought, damn, did I make the wrong decision? They're all going off, getting this, getting that. You know, some of them are now graduating. I'm now, making some good money in my business. Damn, this one's got this job at this firm. This one's got this going on. This one's got this one. I look back 6 years later and I'm like, man, you moved back in with, man, you had to go in, man, you broke. But wait, but I thought you had the job, 200,000 a year, right? The engineering job. I'm in at Silicon Valley. I'm in the tech bubble. I'm like, wait a minute. Aren't these the people? You just got the Mercedes. You just got but you live in paycheck to paycheck. Don't get it twisted. You could be making $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, and still be living paycheck to paycheck if you do not have that financial discipline, or even better yet, that emotional discipline. You have to get to a place where you realize there is nothing you should prove or you have to prove to anybody. Your worth is inherent. Your value does not come through your valuables, quote unquote. You should not be possessed by your possessions. That's a bar. You should be the master of your own damn money. Like, folks talk about, I got screwed over by this accountant. I got screwed over by this tax person. I got screwed over by this one. Look, nobody is ever going to care about my money more than I care about my money. That's the God honest truth. I can get 100 of the best accounts in the world, and they're going to, take care of this, that, and third. But when it's all said and done, if I go dead ass broke, they may feel the pinch of it for a moment, but they're just going to go to the next client. My money needs to matter to me. And when I pretend that it doesn't matter, like I did for years, because that was so spiritual, right? I don't give a damn about money. I don't care about finances. It means nothing. Oh, capitalism is such an evil system. If I really believe capitalism is so evil, I would go and take my butt over to some genuine socialist country. Go live in a cottage and let the government own everything around me. If I genuinely believe that, right? That's what I would do with myself. But I believe in this free market. I do believe in this. And I believe that if you are able to create an opportunity for yourself or to seize the opportunities presented, because either or, if nobody presents an opportunity, you create the opportunity. There was nobody who came to me and said, you know what? I think you should start making this content. I think you should make this your living. Nobody came to me and told me that. Nobody was waiting for me. Nobody was in the wings, in the aisles like, yo, bruh, it's your time now. No. And I first started putting out content, crickets. Even now I say, nobody's ever owed me a view. Nobody owes me a damn thing. Every single day I show up and I present myself to give the most value possible. And if it's perceived as valuable, then beautiful. Then there's value exchanged for it. And I tuck away my coins. I make sure to be intentional about my money. It doesn't mean that we're not, using money, but I see everything as an investment. Everything, even in the household, right? You're buying food, etc. That's an investment. So I'm buying the best quality food, boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. That's an investment. Into the household, that's an investment. Into my health, that's an investment. When I start just getting things from a spirit of, man, they gonna see me, man, that's when I know it's problematic. If you're buying that car because you love cars, beautiful. But when you buy that car because you need to show somebody, that's when you start spending money you don't have. Man, the vacation. You start scrolling through Instagram. If anybody even still does that, I don't know if that's even relevant anymore. But you scrolling through the gram. Vacation. Man, I need to go on vacation. I need to take some pictures for my Instagram. I need to show them that I'm living. Now you're swiping cards with money you don't have. And I'm not just saying the money ain't in your account. I'm saying if you have 1,000 and you spend 1,000, you don't have 1,000 to spend. You just wiped out everything. You wiped out everything you have to your name. And I used to be like that. It's like go back to zero. Not with investments. That might be different. If I'm putting it right back into the business, everything back into the business, that's a different mentality. Now I'm building myself with a real wealth mentality, right? To reinvest and to do it, in obviously a measured way. But no, I'm leasing out the car for $1,500 a month. How your car gonna cost more than your rent? Like, how's your car gonna cost more than your living expenses? because you want them to see you in the Hellcat, in the big body AMG, in the G-Wagon. Get the G-Wagon when the G-Wagon is paid for by the money that's working for you. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm just saying this is just real practical stuff. Get the G-Wagon when you can afford it. Oh, but now I need it right now. Why do you need it? Oh, because you're trying to impress. Okay, you're spending money that you actually don't. Okay, got you. Understood. Understood. Continue sabotaging. Continue. No. Don't mind me. Don't mind me play. Do you? Do you? And then comes a point, man, the system is just rigged and I ain't never got no money. I always got more month than money. Man, I just never got enough bread. I heard a powerful message from a brother like a while back in my comment section. And he said he works as a garbage collector. And he said, brother, like if I could only show you basically, the things that people are buying and the types of neighborhoods. You go into the hood and people are buying things that are worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Is it my business to pocket watch? No, but it is my business to tell the truth. So what business you got? You living in Section 8 housing, but you're spending thousands of dollars worth of whatever for merchandise. They're buying all types of stuff. And again, as a man who's collecting garbage, he has seen the reality. It's like being a janitor, right? You see how people are really living, how they're moving, or whatever it is. He's seen the reality right there in front of him. He said, the people are what? You're spending money on, huh? Wait, but aren't y'all the same ones who always complaining about, man, I ain't got it? Oh, man, time is rough. Like I remember when I was a youngster, we always had money for the loud pack. Somebody always had it on them, but somehow we just never had no money. Somehow we just never had some money when we're younger, of course, and we started to distribute the very same product. I'm not proud of that, but then we had some money. It was just in the most dysfunctional and destructive way, right? We were literally part of the problem, but I remember having enough money just for that little 20, that little 20 set, that little dub, that little dime. I remember that. Ah, man, I ain't got it on me. Oh, but I got this though. Roll it up. You got packs of backwoods, but you ain't got money on you. That's insane. We need to do better, and it's a cultural thing. There are certain people, certain ethnicities, quote unquote, certain customs, certain cultures that push towards fiscal responsibility. Now, I know everybody loves to just hate on Jewish folk. It's just the easiest thing to do, right? Oh, they're the cabal, they're the Illuminati, they're the this, they're the bane of everything. I believe that there is such thing as anti-Semitism. And there's a lot of it, and it's rampant on the left as much as the right, on all political fronts. I may be a conservative, but I hate to see it when it's just like just that for the sake of that. Yes, there's corruption in all types of people. Let's not get that twisted. You got a cousin that's in the back alley, in the backwoods of whatever, that's just as corrupted. So let's not get that twisted. But what I do know about them people is that they strategize around money. Maybe that's why people get salty around them. They teach their kids at a very young age. Shout out to Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. He was telling a story of how he saw this line of children outside a banking establishment. And, there was an adult who was leading them, and he went to adults and asked them like, man, what are you guys doing here? And he said, oh, we're helping the kids to open their bank accounts. These kids couldn't have been older than, 5th, 6th grade. And they're opening the first bank accounts, learning how the banking system works, etc. Oh, those evil money grubbers. Really? Evil money grubbers? I want my children to be fiscally knowledgeable, responsible. By the time they leave my household, they should be adults when it comes to their financial lives. They should have the ability to take care of themselves because they're that well-versed. That means that I did my job. I did my job. Now, if they want to be ignorant, they want to be whatever, that's going to be on them. But I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that they're at that place. There's this pretend thing in the house. Oh, I don't care about money. Money doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, then why are we at mass getting up at times we don't want to get up, to do things we don't want to do, to be around people we don't want to be around, to put on a fake old smile? We look at celebrities and call them sellouts, and there's a lot of those sellouts, but how many individuals are selling themselves out every single day? You're pretending, you're lying, you're selling out on your values, your morals. You would never do that job, but you're doing it because you're needing it. You're desperate for it. as opposed to knowing your value and your worth and developing and cultivating those skill sets based upon that and your gifting and knowing that you actually can be aligned with your purpose. I get it. Desperation is a mother effer, right? But we have to step out of survival and get into thrival. It's a mentality change. It's not a change of your wallet. Your wallet comes as a byproduct. When I started putting more value into the world, my money started going up. More value into the world, my money started going up. I had times when I was like broker than broke. You understand me? I couldn't scrape together $2. And now, I wake up and people are sending money. People want to Venmo me money. People want to Cash App. Like people want to send because they're experiencing so much value from what I'm creating. Some people hate it. Some people, despise me, whatever it is. That's cool too, right? As they say, you're adding to the algorithm. But there's people who are like, man, this brother's delivering the goods, and man, how can I support? How can I help? Even with your attention as you're here, you're tuning in. Like it's the same thing. We have to shift our mentality in order for this part to shift. Money is a byproduct. It's a byproduct of the thought process. It's the way in which you move through life, how you view yourself, and then how you choose to move habitually. Simple. So let's get over the excuses. Let's get over the blaming. And I promise you, it will change your life forever. Again, when I get to my first million, I'm going to make a video about that. Not to brag, but to be like, again, how I built my way there, whatever it is. I'm a low-key dude. So you would never know that I'm making more money based on my attire. You never will. Just really that. You could have seen me before and thought, oh man, he was balling, then now he's broke because he's wearing, and it's actually the complete opposite. I happen to be in a wonderful place financially, but this has happened as a byproduct of me changing my consciousness, changing those habits, which is difficult, but it's necessary. And then moving in accordance with that, not being a victim, not making excuses, not blaming the next man, not blaming the system or whatever it is, but creating opportunities for myself and seizing those opportunities.
I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 3-6-5, that's a full rotation.